Lodge is a psychological horror film directed by Veronica Franz and Severin Fiala. During a family retreat to a remote winter cabin over the holidays, a father is forced to abruptly depart for work, leaving his two children in the care of his new girlfriend, Grace. Isolated and alone, a blizzard traps them inside the lodge as terrifying events summon specters from Grace's dark past. What I found very interesting with this film, and I know it's called The Lodge, but at the same time, how this film opens is, while it looks like The Lodge and it is the interior of the lodge, it actually is the dollhouse, and the dollhouse is of the lodge. And I thought that was a very interesting way of how to open up the film, because I found the lodge in the dollhouse to actually be interlocked with each other. Is that the dollhouse, while the kids were playing with the dollhouse, the way that things were set up, now looking back on it, almost was very premonition like, almost like was foretelling events to occur down the line. And I almost think that's a very clever way that the filmmakers were doing certain things with that dollhouse without it being too obvious. You're thinking, oh, it's just a typical dollhouse, they're just playing with something. No, that was really a clever way of how to kind of foretell things to come. This film manages to perfectly encapsulate the feelings that children go through when they see their parents meeting someone new. Maybe it's not the same actions, though, but generally children feel the same things when they see their parents meet someone new. And this film manages to perfectly showcase that. What's interesting with this film is the children and Grace are really running on parallel paths. They're still going through grief. The children losing their mother, losing kind of their home in a sense, because their dad wants to get remarried, bring someone into a new life. The children feel everything they've once known is now gone. And Grace, who's still going through grief, especially at a young age, 12 years old, you know, she's trying to put her life back together. She's slowly been doing that. And both kind of having those religious backgrounds as well, they're both very parallel paths that are just slowly merging together. It's when we're at the lodge where problems arise more. Grace can't bond with the kids because the children refuse to bond with her. They're still indifferent to her. They're still mourning the loss of their mother, and they don't want to connect with Grace at all. Grace is trying her hardest to do so, yet because of the children's difference, a lot of these feelings in her past traumas are bubbling to the surface. In the isolation at the lodge and in the snow is not making matters any better. What's unique and what's scary is this film gives you so many reasons why things could possibly be occurring throughout the course of this film. Could it be the possibility that Grace is having a mental breakdown? Are the kids doing this out of spite for Grace? Is someone in the house? Is, Grace having a mental breakdown? Is there something supernatural? You don't know. And the film gives you all the possible logical explanations as to why these things could, you could have a valid argument as to why each of these could be happening until the final act where everything is finally revealed. And I think while it's a cool reveal, at the same time it's very frustrating. My main complaint with the film was that there were times where the film did drag, and the father I felt could have been a little bit utilized, but mainly I felt the film was slow at times, and I wish there was a bit more horror. It took a while for it to get going with stuff inside the house. But other than that, the way that they slowly built the tension between Grace and the children and everything inside the house, I thought was excellent. I just wish there was something much more meatier to the story. Hi everyone, hope you enjoyed this review. Hit the like and subscribe button, please comment down below, and please share this channel.